welcome to my kingdom or welcome back to my kingdom. A piece of dust just flew in front of the screen. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to get that in your personal space. Anyway, how are y'all? What is up? Hope you're doing well. Today I got a very crazy story that I remembered because I just got a tattoo the other day. Boom! If you like stories, make sure to like this video because I have a bunch of crazy stories. But anyway, this story kind of has to do with tattoos slightly a little bit, but you read the title, you're like, what the hell? This story is very thick, very juicy, okay? You're gonna need to crack a cold one. A lot of things happened, and the meatiest, juiciest, craziest parts happened before and after actually getting kicked out. So strap in, grab a snack, like and subscribe, leave a comment for engagement, and let's get into this. The madness begins when I buy the freaking tickets. This was when I was 18. I was freshly out of a relationship. Well, I kind of broke up with the dude in like June of that year, and this was like October, and I'm just waiting in line for this tattoo. I was trying to get a tattoo, like a Friday the 13th tattoo. Of course, the lines are long as hell, and I'm with my ex, who was literally my ex at the time of this all going down too. I named him Obsessive in a different video. If you watched it, it doesn't really matter if you do or not. I mean, I'd love it if you did. It's a great story. But anyway, it'll give you a little more background to how he was. He was very obsessed with me. He wouldn't leave me alone for 7 months after we broke up. If you've ever been in an abusive relationship before, you would know that it's very hard to leave. So basically, I was in this line waiting with my ex at the time to get this tattoo because he was my person who drove me. So I was in there waiting, scrolling through, and I get an email and I look at it and it is from Excision. It's from Excision, and he's saying Paradox Tour coming to you. And I was able to like get these pre-sales or whatever the hell. They were like only $50 at the time. This was back when I was 18. I'm 25 now. This was also the Paradox Tour. If you're like a Excision fan, you might know like exactly what year that was. Anyway, I was excited. I bought one ticket. I bought a single ticket. And of course, my ex being over my freaking shoulder and watching what I'm doing all the times, is constantly watching my every move. He asked me what I was doing. He was like, oh my gosh, why didn't you get me a ticket? Once he figured out I was buying tickets to a show and I didn't buy one for him, he was mad. I mean, he could have easily bought one for himself, but I think at this time he actually had lost his job, so he might not have had the funds to really like buy a ticket. But I ended up getting like a t-shirt and like a bandana and stuff. I think I might have spent like $50 to $65. I know I didn't spend more than like $65 on these tickets. It was crazy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember spending anywhere near $100 for these tickets. So, and I got like a whole merch pack. I was excited. The show was going to be in March. It was currently October 13th when I got this tattoo. I didn't even end up getting the tattoo. It was this one. I got it a couple like days later and it literally looks like a dick. So I kind of want to get it redone. I ended up getting my lip pierced and it got infected. Not the point. Fast forward and it's like closer to the show. And I am no longer with my ex. It's a whole other story. Like, I already broke up with him, obviously. He was my ex at the time. But I got him to leave me the freak alone. But the way I got him to leave me the freak alone was to go on Facebook and try to find somebody to, like, live with. Because my ex had just, like, ruined my entire social life and stuff. So I was starting to, I mean, I already kind of hung out with shady characters. But I started getting shadier. I was at the shadiest point I could get. I was on Facebook looking for roommates after not having a single friend left because they were like literally done with dealing me and my ex, fighting all the time, him being like harassing towards them, always wondering where the freak I am. It was just a lot to deal with. I don't blame him. It was a lot to deal with. It doesn't excuse anybody's actions, but I don't freaking blame him. Anyway, so I find this dude. We're gonna name him Newport because he literally had the personality of a cigarette. Like, it was nasty. It was a thing that lingers. It was bad. I have... Just so you know what kind of guy he was, when he hit me up, I was under the impression that I was moving into a family home, into a separate room, in like a big house with like 3 bedrooms or whatever the hell, with his sister, his mom, and him. He said that he lived with his sister and his mom, and like that there was a room for rent. And I was like, oh, sweet, a family, like a sister. Maybe I can get along with his sister. So he offered to pick me up so that he could show me the place that I was going to be renting. And I was literally going to find a job out there and everything so that I could rent this spot. Anyway, he takes me to the place, and it's literally a studio apartment. It is not a family home. There is nobody else there. There is a futon, a fridge with nothing in it, a table with like coins and cigarettes and bullshit everywhere. It was not a house, all right? It wasn't even a crack house or a crack home. It was just a crack in the wall, okay? It was nothing. It didn't even have a doorknob. The door was broken into. It did not have a doorknob. The door could not close. Anyway, I was desperate because my ex was literally like following me around to the point where he was outside my house sometimes. So like that's around the time of like February-ish that I move in with this dude, and the show is coming up soon and I don't have anybody to go with. So I was like, freak it, I guess I'm gonna go with this random guy. So I don't even know how we ended up getting him a ticket. I don't know if like I bought him the ticket or if he like contributed money towards it. I cannot remember how we got this dude Newport to this show, but we did. I had my tickets. I mean, my ticket, he had his, and my dad literally picked me up from this dude's studio apartment to take us to this place. My father, like, it's like proving how much of a child I was really at this point, because my dad is like literally taking me to this event because Newport didn't drive. He's a personality of a cigarette. Do cigarettes drive? No. So obviously he didn't have a license. He couldn't drive. Listen, I can't drive either. There's no, let's be real, I really can't, and I still can't, and I'm older now, so whatever, doesn't matter. My dad takes me to the show with this guy. He drops me off. I'm so freaking excited. The line's packed. I hop out of the car into the line, turn around to my dad, and literally tell him that this is going to be the best night of my life. Because you have to remember, I was a huge Excision fan. Like, the visuals, if you know anything, like, it's for the visuals. Like, the visuals is, like, something special. And I'd never seen that before. I think the biggest show I'd been to at that point was Bear Grylls at the, not the Roxy, and the Rex. I always mix those up because they both have, like, R's and X's in them. So I'm freaking stoked, okay? I'm in this line. It's long as hell. It's wrapping around the building. I'm gonna go see Excision. I'm so excited. There's some like homeless guy outside that I always would give candy to whenever I went to these shows. And this is important because this is probably the best thing that happened to me all night. Okay? Just listen. So I give him some candy. And usually when I was with anybody, they always had cigarettes. Like, it just was a thing. I would hang out with some kind of person who had some kind of cigarettes, and they would see me giving candy to somebody outside stage AE. They would peep that they're obviously homeless. They have a sign and everything. So they would give them cigarettes. It was like a thing. It was like a ritual. I would always give cigarettes and candy to like this kind of candy, like PLUR candy. Like, for people that don't know, I forget sometimes people aren't in the rave community. This kind of candy, not like food, like trading candy, like bracelets. I gave him bracelets. He probably needed food, but I gave him bracelets, all right? I tried my best. Newport was over here giving him cigarettes, so at least he got something, okay? Something of value in these streets. Anyway, so that's probably the best thing that happened to me all night. The line's moving. We're at the front part where they have to check your stuff. No matter what I do whenever I check into stage AE and they like search my bag, I like vet how big the bag is. I read the policy 87 times. They end up telling me that like somehow my chapstick is gonna kill someone. So then I have to leave it outside. So anyway, I'm like probably going in there missing a couple items, but it doesn't even matter because I'm in there and I'm about to see Excision. All right, I'm about to paid for these tickets months ago. Damn it, I'm gonna see it. Okay, I'm gonna see what everybody's talking about. Okay, so we walk around. I'm pretty sure we go to the rail like immediately. Like the second we get in there, we're going to the rail. So we were at the rail for probably like the first couple, like the opener or something, because I do remember having to pee and like having to smoke and like having to go outside. The way stage AE is set up is you go in, there's like a main, I haven't been there in a while, but it's kind of like this kind of area, and then there's stairs, and then there's another pit area, you know what I'm saying? And next to the stairs that goes down into the main pit area where the rail would be, there is a bathroom and a smoking section, like on the side of the building. Smoking section is obviously outside, but yes, it's like all right there. You can kind of, so we were after we lost our spot, because we had to pee, we were hanging out kind of by the stairs and like looking. And it was good for me because it's kind of elevated. It's only like 8 stairs maybe, but it's elevated a little bit to the point where like if you're the first one in there and you like really stand like your ground and you keep your spot, you can like see pretty well over the 6 foot tall people in the pit. Oh God. This is where it starts to get a little bit whack. We end up, you know, bebopping around. I'm like, I trade candy with some people. It's a party. It's a show. It's a thing. A couple of minutes before Excision comes on, we solidify our spot where we were by the bathrooms, prime real estate, so that I can see and I can go to the bathroom and easily find the people that we were hanging out with, right? All of a sudden, Excision's coming on. Out of nowhere, it's lights off, fucking lasers, best visuals I've ever seen, super freaking stoked. I'm amped up. I'm dancing in my rave shorts. I'm freaking headbanging. I'm breaking my neck. I'm like holding on to I'm holding on to like a rail that kind of like goes down like this. It's not like this kind of rail. It's like I'm holding on to the corner and I'm kind of like, I was a headbanger back then. I'm there headbanging. I'm having a blast. It's not more than 10 to 15 minutes in to Excision's set. And all of a sudden, I get pushed. And I go over a few, you know, steps, and I try to hold myself up, and I'm stumbling. And I look over. Tell me why Newport and some guy are, like, fighting. It's, like, dark as hell. Even with all the lasers and LED lights and all that, it's still pretty freaking dark. So, I can't really tell how much like fighting is really ensuing. All I can tell is like they almost have their hands around each other's necks at this point, and they're kind of going like trying to hit and grab onto like whatever's really going on. Like they're really trying to hit and grab whatever they can on each other in like the face and neck region, and just kind of, and it all happened so freaking quick, and I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing. Like I was glued. Like I remember I was taking videos of like what was going on, you know, the visuals in front of me. I wasn't really paying attention to like who's getting into fights next to me. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, these security guards come and pull them apart, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was so shocked that I literally stood there. Like I didn't try to break them up. I didn't try to go over to them. I just kind of like froze. And then I feel myself getting pulled, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like actually stumbling over because I'm getting pulled, and I was not aware I was getting pulled. I don't want to make it sound like I was getting dragged across the floor, because I wasn't, but I was stumbling and very out of what the hell, you know? And I'm getting pulled by a security guard through the crowd completely to the opposite side of the building. Now I'm on like the other side of the building next to this other door that I didn't even know existed, and I'm being thrown out of this door. And then I look, and they said something about like me trying to fight or instigating a fight, and I swear to God, it all happened so fast I didn't know what he was saying. So I was genuinely asking like, what? And I was like, what? Like I was genuinely asking what? And then he closed the door on my face.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Mind you, I'm 18. I'm wearing a bra and booty shorts. I do not drive. I can't get into a club. I don't really know this area that well. I got separated from the person that I came with, and my phone's dying. Oh yeah, I had a coat too, and they freaking like wouldn't let me get it, so... and I'm left out there alone. So I was like, crap, I gotta do what I know best and walk up and down the street and try to literally like fix this. I'm getting literally stressed out thinking about this, because I remember when this happened, I was so scared. Like I literally thought I was gonna get killed or like R-worded or like over some freaking dubstep. Oh my God. Anyway, so I walk up and down the street. I'm trying not to walk too far away from the show because of the fact that like if I want to get a ride or charge my phone and meet up with somebody, I kind of need to be like close to where the show went down, because I don't know where I am, and at least I can send them that address. And like, I don't know, I was a kid, I didn't know. I mean, I'm a little older now. I think I would have handled this situation better. Plus I'm over 21 now, so I can get into things, but I was a kid. walking up and down the street. I'm literally asking every single person, like knocking on the door, or sometimes they had, you know, sliding doors. I'd have to physically walk in and then they'd like kick me out because they're like, why is there an 18-year-old in this bar? It's 11:30 at night. Like, there's nothing is gonna let me in as an 18-year-old. You have to be like 21 to get into anything around here unless it was a ticketed event. And I was literally trying to explain to everything that I got stranded at Stage IE and I just need to like charge my phone so I can call somebody, and they're like, no, 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 no. So I'm going up and down the thing, up and down the block like 4 times. I'm not even kidding. It took me like 30 minutes until I get back to like the first one that I asked, like the first building that I asked. It turned me down. It was like right across the street from Stage AE. Walk back to the original location where I asked if I could use their freaking Wi-Fi and heat to get saved and get a freaking ride home. The whole storefront on the place is glass, so they can obviously see me coming, and they're like, oh, this bitch again. So I come up and I walk in the sliding glass doors, go up to the bar and ask again. And like, I was trying to, whenever I would go back to random places, I was like asking other people, not the same person I just asked. So just like hoping somebody would forget that it was me and maybe just like let me sit in there for a second. I just need to charge my phone and text somebody. Like, anyway, so I go and I asked somebody who's the same freaking person who I asked before, but behind them is somebody like cleaning glasses. And I think that they were like, kind of felt bad for me because they heard that this person was about to like literally say no because I was giving my whole spiel. Get the fuck out of their face. Sorry. Anyway, that thing got too close to you. I will literally defend you. I don't want no kind of dust getting up in your face and causing you extra allergies than you need. Freaking messed up. Anyway, so I asked the dude. The dude's like absolutely about to say no. And then the lady comes out from behind him and it was like, you know what? Yeah, do you need some water? Do you need some chips? I think she offered me fucking french fries too. She was a peach. She was a doll. She told me to go sit on the sofa, warm up, because I was like turning purple at this point. Like, I had been out there in booty shorts, a bra, thigh highs, and in like a pair of freaking high top Vans. Okay, like if I can find an outfit pic, if I haven't already showed it, I'll show it again. If I can find a fucking outfit pic, I will totally show you what I was wearing, if not something similar to what I would have been wearing back then, because it was a shit show for March. It was snowing outside. I was turning purple. So I charged my freaking phone finally, and I only took the water from them, by the way, because I was just like not trying to cause any harm or disturbance or be annoying. I literally just wanted to charge my phone. So I charged the phone, barely have any charge, but I found somebody, my 2 friends who literally saved me that night. We're not like buddies anymore, but like we just grew apart. That's how party friends are. But like, they saved me, okay? They said that they were about to leave because they were leaving early. It was probably like 11:45. I don't know what time like Stage IE shows end, but it was like 10-15 minutes before they end, okay? So they were about to leave early to beat the traffic, and they're probably one of the most reliable people to take me home because a lot of the people I knew back then were, like I said, sketchy as all hell. So this freaking these saints, they say like, yeah, just meet me here and we're good. And I like literally only need 5 minutes to charge my freaking phone. So I unplug it, I finish my water, and I go out there and I wait for them. I'm pretty sure I literally waited like right in front of Stage IE, or like as I think, you know what? No, as I was crossing the street, I literally remember them coming out the front of Stage IE. We did meet in front of Stage IE, but I don't even think I had to like wait or anything. So that was really nice. Another thing is, I told them what my jacket looked like and where I hid it, and they got my jacket for me too. Like, they literally brought me my jacket. So I had a nice little jacket to wear to walk back to their car. It was really nice. They ended up taking me to the after party, which if you're a real one, you'll remember this. Cruise Bar. If y'all remember Cruise Bar, it was like a little nightclub thing. I don't freaking know. It's a parking garage now. But basically, we went on to Cruise Bar to do the little after party things that they were doing. I'm getting like really heated with this fucking story, okay? Because, and it's not even over yet. There's still more beef. Like I said, the beefy parts, the thick parts happen before and after. So this is still gonna be pretty wild. Anyway, so we go to the after party at Cruise. It's just, you know, some DJs. And I don't even know how they let us into that. I think that sometimes Cruise would be 18 plus, because I do not remember, like, ever lying about my age when I was a kid. I was a pretty good noodle because I've been a party promoter and I don't want to, like, you know, I wouldn't want somebody doing that at my party. Anyway, so I came in there very, you know, I felt like a cat. I'm on my next life. Like, I just got out of that, you know. I felt like a freaking new human. So I'm in there and there's these couches in the back of Cruise Bar and I'm sitting back there just vibing out. So glad that I made it out of there, like, alive, because I was really afraid that I was going to get kidnapped or something. I was really disappointed that I missed Excision, like, literally the entire freaking set. But what are you going to do, you know? So I just took my losses and sat there, and all of a sudden, some girl who I used to party with comes up to me, and she's like, did you hear that there are people out there that are trying to murder you and Newport? And I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, what the freak? She's like, yeah, I just overheard some gang members telling somebody that they're gonna, like, they're looking for you and that they're gonna mug you and all this stuff. I'm like, first of all, who the fuck talks like that? Like, who says gang members and who says gonna mug you? That's just, like, weird wording. So I was like, are you sure you're not, like, freaking lying to me or something? But she was convinced that somebody was out there who was trying to hurt me. And she said, like, yeah, there's, like, that dude's buddy who, the dude who Newport beat up. She was like, his buddies are out there and they're mad that Newport was beating them up at Excision. And I guess, like, they got kicked out too. And I was like, I mean, that could be true. But, like, I just didn't believe it because I was like, I feel like they would come in here. Like, the after party was literally $10. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. I wouldn't have been able to afford more than 10 or 15 bucks for an after party, like, at that age. So, like, I don't think, why wouldn't they just pay and come in there and, like, escort me out or tell me or something? I don't know. Maybe it's just, like, not their MO. But I left that place completely unscathed. Like, never saw no gang members or whatever. I just thought it was weird that they were talking like that. I was like, are you sure you're not just, like, tweaking or, like, making stuff up in your head? Because that sounds, like, weird. Regardless of if there were people trying to beat me up or not, I never saw them, so I cannot disagree or agree to that. I remember her coming over to me, like, multiple times, like, I'm concerned for you. And honestly, I don't even remember where I went or how I went home after that. Not gonna lie, this story kind of brought back a little bit of PTSD, but I don't mind. Like, I don't mind rehashing my trauma for the internet. I don't know why, but it kind of helps a little bit. So if you guys like these kind of videos and you like stories, then please leave a like on this video. Also, if you made it this far, you're kind of obligated to leave a like on this video. If you made it all the way to the end, you obviously liked it. So thanks for that. Subscribe. I have a website, KingZoePLUR.com. If you want to shop on KingZoePLUR.com, you can, you know, buy merch, my artwork. I do commissions on Ko-Fi. I have OnlyFans. So yeah, there's tons of ways to support me, or you can just support me for free by subscribing, watching my videos, and liking. When I say watching my videos, I mean all the way through. I can see all the analytics, okay? Just remember, anybody can be amazing if they just be themselves. I love you very much. Thank you for existing. Goodbye.